I'm going to win. It's a matter of time. I don't know if it's tomorrow. I don't know if it's in China, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon because I'm starting to play well enough to do it.
Brian Byrne, note to Big A, and the always confident Phil Mickelson.
Never find this guy without some confidence, and for good reason. He has done a lot in this game, and he's hit a lot of good wedge shots just like that.
Well, the fact that he finished third, as inaccurate as he was off the tee, it is it's quite remarkable, as he was just brutal off the tee as far as finding the fairway all week, but managed to stay in the hunt. This is not one of his finer moments, though.
Yeah, you could just tell he got caught in a tough spot. Didn't feel like he could rely on that 64 degree, and tried to do something cute and didn't turn out.
And here, Phil does go driver at the 10th, trying to find the fairway. Doesn't find the fairway, finds the crowd.
Yeah, rounds 1, 2, and 4, he hit a combined 7 fairways, and obviously, I don't know how many spectators he hit, but he had to have plenty of gloves in the bag this week.
No truth to the rumor he passed out 21 signed gloves this week. This is
not
Phil
at all.
Mickelson from
But
downtown.
that's why this guy's great. I mean, anybody else that hit 7 fairways in 3 rounds would have shot 100.
What was this shot called again?
This was called a smother hook.
Oh, yeah.
And Phil will talk you through this. He'll tell you exactly how he did it, why he did it, and that he'd hoped that he'd get a little bit in the center of the green, but it turned out better than he thought.
11 feet, he would actually make birdie there. Today, same hole.
He likes it from the right side over there.
Come on.
This is more predictable, though. I mean, off the hard pan, with the way that he's able to trap the ball and control his wedge yardages, I would have called that one.
3 feet and a cloud of dust. Phil moves to 11 under. The 14th hole now. Phil with the old-fashioned flopper.
Oh, man, these are so fun to watch. Ever since his days at ASU, he's been thrilling.
He's showing off.
Crowds
He's showing
with that
off.
shot.
Remains at 11 under. 16th hole. Driver off the tee. Look out below.
All bets off.
Nice shot. Just take a moment to admire the fact I just hit a fairway.
Phil, always the entertainer, now looking for birdie. Just imagine if he hit fairways this week.
Yeah, his iron plays really come around, and like I said, if he just hits a couple more fairways a day, it's going to give him more confidence, give him more looks, because he still wedges it. His iron game is solid. His putting is really good.
Well, he banged one off the derriere of one of the volunteers into the bunker, and then from the backside to the bunker to the birdie. 2 under 70. Mickelson finishes at 12 under par. And what could have been, there was after that 13th hole, 15th hole, 16th hole, we started to think maybe it is in the cards. So many players not playing well. Mickelson, but well, 3 fairways is actually an improvement, but not going to be enough to get Phil back in the winner's circle. Phil, after his 3rd place finish.
Well, I've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks off before China. They go to Malaysia and then Korea. I won't play there, but I'll head to China. So I've got 2 weeks off. I'll go see my daughter and parents' weekend back in Providence this next weekend, and try to keep my game sharp and head over to China.
So were you that far off on the drives, or were you fairly close?
This is a very skewed golf course to judge on fairways hit. I hit 3 beautiful drives on 18. None of them found the fairway. The fairway's 13 yards wide. I paced it. It's so on a normal tour course, I would have hit 10, 11 fairways today. I drove it fairly well, but out here, I think is a way to kind of protect it. They move the fairways in so that they're about half what they normally are.
As you said yesterday, you know you're going to win soon. What is that last little small step to get over that hump?
It's really not a hump. It's just keep playing, and I'm gonna keep giving myself good chances, and it'll happen. I get on a course like Sheishan where I'm very comfortable. I know the greens, know the course well. I think I'll have a good week there.
And Phil Mickelson, his last 12 rounds, 10 have been in the 60s. With that impressive scoring average just over 68.5. Most consecutive rounds under par since 2010. So certainly the numbers are pointing to the resurgence of one Phil Mickelson, and the fact that last season no top 3 finishes, and right out of the gate he has a top 3. You can see why he's so optimistic. I do find it interesting, as we gave Phil a hard time for the the lack of fairways hit, that he does have an explanation that had it been a normal tour-style setup, he would have hit 10 or 11 fairways. But the numbers do read 2, 2, and 3 out of the 4 days.
Absolutely, but that's the one thing that I've always admired about Phil Mickelson is he is going to talk himself into a positive frame of mind. He's going to find a way to give himself some sort of mental edge. Now, whether it holds water or not, I think is irrelevant to him because it leaves us for fun stuff to talk about. But I think that I'd rather be that positively engaged with how I evaluate my game than the negative side, because too many players come off the course and they just beat themselves up so hard that it takes them a few weeks just to come out of that slump. And Phil's not that way. The next time he tees it up, he's going to think that, hey man, that wasn't a great golf course to evaluate driving on. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to drive it well at HSBC.
So confident that a win is, he said, quote, right around the corner. If not here, it's soon coming. Do you buy that? I mean, he is trying to overcome the odds. There just aren't many guys that have won at his age on the tour. Now, not many have won 42 times in 5 majors, but do you buy that it's coming?
I buy it 100%. At one point in the round on that back 9, he was only 1 shot back. He was literally 1 swing away from getting into a tie for the lead, which would have changed the dynamic of the event coming down the stretch drastically. Brendan Steele, instead of having a little bit of a cushion, is now tied with one of the best players that we've ever seen in our game, and that really changes the way that can change. I wouldn't say it would have, but it can change the way somebody executes coming down the stretch.
Well, we all agree that golf is better when Phil's playing well and entertaining the crowd, and he certainly did this over the last 4 days in Napa. Speaking of golf being better when someone is good, that guy also Rory McIlroy, and not very good in 2017. What happened to Rory's year? We'll dissect straight ahead.